education is about the younger generation, and I feel like all the information that we're getting is great when it's from the news, like news outlets, but they're also not coming from our voices and our generation. So I think it's really important for us to talk about it. What, like us, our age? Only old people are talking about it.
On the news and you see like college administrators or college spokespeople, and they're all older than us students, and they're talking about our experiences, and we're not talking about them at all. So
Like, hello.
not all of us are on spring break here. Lots of us are quarantined in our own houses. We're smart. We actually go to college on different coasts, so we have a different experience to begin with, but we both go to kind of big schools with lots of people.
I go to school in California, and I double major in acting and business.
Okay. What is that?
Looks like it's probably really old.
I go to school in New York City, and I have an individualized major, so I kind of am creating what it is I'm studying. And I'm studying medical journalism and how we share our stories through advocacy and education. Dad, can you be quiet, please? Sorry. See, this is an issue with online life. There's always so much there's always so much stuff going on around us. Okay.
So my school was really unique in the fact that they were very on top of things before the coronavirus started to get really, really bad in the States. We decided that we were going to have a couple days where we were going to test online learning, which we all kind of thought was a little strange. But we were like, hey, school from our beds, what could be so bad?
If you guys don't know, this past week has been most of the college's spring break.
Last Wednesday through Friday, we tried online learning, and we had this planned a week in advance. And then on Wednesday, we were told that spring break was kind of going to extend for another week because we were going to do one more week of Zoom online learning after we came back from spring break. We were kind of getting ready, I guess, for things to happen if they were to happen.
They were preparing you a lot more ahead of time than most of the universities around the country.
Right.
Communication-wise, your school was kind of like the leader in all of this.
Right. We were always aware. I think that's one thing that, speaking to you, Taya, and how, your school kind of came and didn't let you know so much information, I feel like.
I was aware of what was going on because I was watching the news, and I don't think any of us really thought it was going to affect our lives like this. The week before spring break on that Monday, I went to a 40-person class and there were 5 of us. Can you talk about housing? Because I don't live in a dorm. Yeah. I live in an apartment and you live in the dorm. So how'd they deal with that?
Guys, I live in a dorm. It was super cool. All the stuff is gone now. I'm so tired of being here. I had like a view of the football field and the soccer field and the baseball field. Except like it wasn't great when they played at like 2 a.m. The way my school handled housing because of the coronavirus, I don't think was that great, but I don't think that I can fault them on that because I really feel like they have been working really hard and we all kind of we were unsure about everything. Unfortunately, because we did have spring break last week, I think that made it a lot harder for other people. It came to a point this week, because this was our spring break, that we were like, oh, we're not allowed to go back to our dorms.
Maya picked up her stuff before she heard that they were closing, because she was like, I just have this feeling, we're here, might as well do it.
When we went back to go pick up my stuff the 2 times, there were Purell wipes everywhere. We have a lot of security at my school. A lot of it is based on fingerprints, and they changed that to facial recognition. So like even logging into my dorm, I had to like stand back here and then like go closer up, and they had to like scan my face. And
there are a lot of people living in housing who are living in housing as RAs. They're living in their cities that they're going to college in, and they have jobs in their cities that they're going to college in, and they're reliant on that housing for financial reasons. Now we're finding out at my school that, they kind of kicked everybody out in 48 hours because they had to clean the dorms, because we live in a state where the hospitals are expected to reach capacity really soon.
Another big problem at my school, I think I don't know the exact percentage, but I think it's 28% of our student population is international. And I actually have a couple friends that are from overseas because the school didn't really know what they were going to do for a little bit. My friend was stuck here on campus alone, only with the other international students. She only had access to one dining hall that was all the way on the other side of campus. And actually, the only dining hall that's open, literally for breakfast, this girl was eating a can of Jello, a can of yogurt, and an orange juice.
I mean, I stayed in New York because I didn't hear that our classes were transitioning to online until about 12 hours before our classes transitioned online. And then I was supposed to go to Miami for spring break. I ended up canceling that because I wasn't about to, fly to spring break. Tell me why. I'm one of those immunocompromised people, and I was nervous to fly. So it was too late. So this communication, I think it's not that it happened too late. I think in some schools, it just wasn't coordinated. When there are people on spring break partying wherever they are, and you have self-imposed quarantine for the past week or so.
We're two people, unfortunately, who have terrible immune systems. Because the way in which my school handled it, I think that because they educated us at the same time as informing us, a lot of my friends, I think all of my friends from school are all self-quarantining. We need to put other people before ourselves. And, there's like that meme going around that I keep seeing that's like our grandparents fought, like literally got up and fought in war, and we're being asked to sit on the couch for a couple of days, and we can't even do that. And I think that honestly, that's a terrible reflection upon our generation.
And I don't think that that's everybody.
No. Of course not. Those people who are, I understand that it's your choice to make, and I get that. This is a free country. But at the same time, if you don't care about yourself getting sick, think about all the other people that you're compromising, all the germs that's surrounding you. I think that that's a really big issue.
I think it took a lot of time for people to actually understand what was going on, right? We had so much information that we had no information, and we had no information coming from a single source. The federal government was not giving us information that we actually needed. I have a lot of friends who are seniors, and I think something that they're struggling with is, our senior year ended so abruptly. Tell me why. It did. It happened. It happened to all of us. This is our chance to show up for other people besides ourselves. Maya and I have both experienced online school. I took online college classes, and Maya took online high school. So we both understand what it's like to have to motivate yourself to learn from a computer screen, right?
I know that even in class, like some people can't not text or not be on Snapchat. And the fact that like you can only see from here up, like, I don't know, like you don't know what I'm doing right now,
And sit in a house where, I don't know if you have one family member in your house or your apartment, or you've got 5 and they're doing work and you're doing work and you're trying to concentrate, or you're in a different time zone and you're waking up at 5 a.m. in California for an 8 a.m. New York class. I mean, these are things that our schools just sort of said, okay, we're trying online learning, go.
What we're doing is we're taking the classes, and if people can be on Zoom and be part of that discussion, great, that's awesome. But if you can't make that at that certain time, don't worry about it. You won't be counted as absent. You can just look online and you can take this and
this seems
so
unimportant to take a lecture on something that has no relevance to do with what we are going through now, where I think a lot of the classes we're taking and the knowledge our professors have can actually transcend the syllabus that we're supposed to be talking about and apply to what it is that's going on now. Because what's a skill if it doesn't apply to the world right now? We're paying a lot of money to attend school. And by no means of their own have we found ourselves in this situation. How should they respond so that our learning isn't hindered by what's going on, but instead our learning helps inform us about how we can be better citizens and better people in the world, right, with what's going on right now?
I mean, honestly, I think we should pause school and start in the summer. I think that we just need to make sure that we're being honest with our professors. A lot of my professors are having us email them after our classes, saying pros and cons of their lecture and, giving them advice.
I'm not doing that at all. It's like nothing happened. It's the syllabus. It's just being taught online. And it's unfortunate because I'm studying medical journalism and I'm taking a lot of classes that could relate to what's going on right now, whether it's econ or policy. These are things that are real in the world right now, but they're still teaching the syllabuses. And I think that's wrong. If our world is shifting and our needs are shifting, why aren't we shifting?
Where's the self-quarantined roof?
I think it's too soon.
Okay.